In this video, I'm going to show the standard database operations in FlutterFlow. Let's take a look at a diagram before we show it in the user interface. First, I'm going to use our home page for a create function to demonstrate that there are no dependencies or passing data. When you create, it'll take us to our list page where you query the collection to display the values. Then when you click on an item in the list, we'll define a parameter to pass, which is a document reference. It's an empty bucket at that point until we click on pass and tell it what value to pass. When you navigate to the page that demonstrates read, update, and delete, we'll query the document reference to display the values in the field, and finally add an update and delete button at that point. I've already got the simplest possible database set up, a table called W3 with a list of words and one other column. In FlutterFlow, first I'll change the page title for clarity. Then I'll add a text field to the column that's already on the page. Then I'll add a button and label it Create. With the Create button selected, I'll add an action and choose Backend Database, Firestore, Create Document. Choose the collection and add a field. It's showing the first field in the database. If I click on it, I can choose how it's set, and we're going to get a value from a variable, which in this case is the widget state of the only text field on our page. We can then test it and put in a sample value. And when we look in our database, there it is. Next, we'll add a page to list our items and fix the page title so we can tell where we are. And on this page, we'll put a single text field in the column that's already there. On the column itself, we'll click Backend Query, Add Query, and query the entire collection. Choose our table and make sure it's set to List of Documents. This is telling us that to format all of the items in the list, you only have to work on the first item. And on the text field itself, we'll click on the button to the right of the word text and choose the field from our table that we want displayed in there. But we have one more thing to do. We have to go back to the Create page and add an action that sends us to the list page. Navigate to List. Close. Now when we run it again, we'll see the Create page go to the full list of database items. And here it is. Next, we're going to click on a word and define a document reference parameter and pass the specific parameter for the W3 table to a new page where we can read, update, and delete the document. Create a page. Change the page title so we know where we are. And add a text field. It has to be a form element. Then we go back to the list page, click on the word, add an action, it's set to on tap. We navigate to the RUD page and define a parameter. Put in an arbitrary name, but I like to name it PAR so we know it's ours. And the important part is to choose document reference. And we choose our table and confirm. Now we have to define specifically what we're going to pass, and in the parameter we choose from our table a reference and confirm that. Now if we go to the read, update, delete page, on the container that includes the text field, we set up a query, add query, and the important part now is document from reference, choose our table, and choose the name of our parameter, and confirm that. And the last step on the text field itself, for text field properties initial value, we click the button to the right of it and choose the table field that we want installed there. Now if we run it again, we can click on a value and see it in that page. We put in another value, click create, it appears in our page. We click on the value and it appears on the read, update, delete page. Next we'll show updating and deleting. On the page we'll add a button, change the label to update, go to the Actions tab, add an action, and choose Backend Database Firestore Update Document. We'll choose the parameter that we passed, and then add a field to tell it what to update. Here's the first database field, but we have to associate it with the text field on the page, so we choose from variable and choose widget state text field word. We'll add one more action. We have to click off of the button to refresh the panel on the right. Open the action flow editor, add an action, navigate to, and we'll choose navigate back and close it. To save some time, I can duplicate the update button, change the label to delete, and for good measure change the color to red. Go into the actions, choose the first action and change it to Backend Database Firestore delete, and set the parameter again. Close it. Now when we run it, we should be able to see all of the functionality. Put in a new value, click create. There it is in the list. Change it a little bit and update it, and it changes in the list. Click on delete and it's removed from the list. That's it. Thanks for watching.